And we're expecting some big changes in our forecast, especially a big storm coming our way. We'll have all the details coming up.
Who snores or you snore? You got to keep the dog. You've got to go.
There we go.
Sorry.
And then there's my dog, who happens to be a pug, so he's constantly wheezing and snoring.
And that's when he's awake.
That's when he's awake. So, it's not as bad when he's asleep, but he's probably louder than both of your dogs combined.
That's true.
But
I can't argue with that.
All right. Well, let's get to the forecast. We've got a lot to talk about this evening, and, well, we've got a big storm headed our way. So we're going to have all the details coming up momentarily, but we are taking you outside this evening to Long Beach, dealing with a little bit of cloud cover out there and dealing with cool conditions, 50s currently. And that's right here at the Broadcast Center in Studio City, but pretty much everybody looking at 50s this evening. So we're going to have temperatures for you in a minute. Taking you outside right now to your satellite radar, getting a wide shot. Just want to show you what's going on to our north. We're looking at rain over the Bay Area and rain over the Sierra right here, but it's really not making its way south of Point Conception. There's Point Conception right there. So with that, we're looking at cooler and cloudier conditions. You'll see the clouds starting to move in, but we're not looking at rain until, well, a bigger, stronger, colder storm comes our way later in the week. Radar for, Southern California showing you dry conditions, just showing you that band of clouds starting to work its way into the forecast, and with that waking up to cloudy conditions and cool conditions as well. Temperatures, as we mentioned, in the 50s for the most part. Few 40s out there, 49 in Santa Clarita, 55 in San Pedro this evening, and, well, low pressure. We're looking at several low pressure troughs. They're coming in one by one, and we're looking at that rain to our north, as we just pointed out to you. So here at home, we're not dealing with that rain, at least not yet being the key word. Cooler and cloudier conditions for the next few days, mostly cloudy, and then simply just cloudy as we head into your Friday. By Friday night into Saturday, we're already expecting a chance of rain. Strongest, heaviest rain, biggest cells coming in on Saturday, and still looking at a chance of showers on Sunday. So yes, that does mean we could see some wet conditions for the LA Marathon on Sunday. So that weekend storm on the way. It's brewing over the Gulf of Alaska, so it's a very cold storm, and it looks to be a very wet storm as well. So we're going to continue to update you on it as we move through the week here. As we move through our forecast numbers earlier today, 63 in downtown, average is 70. So we were below average for this time of year. Over the next 24 hours, 50s, more 50s for you by the afternoon. We're in the mid 60s, and we're expecting mostly cloudy to partly cloudy conditions, keeping things that way rather through Thursday. More clouds by Friday, and then rain and thunderstorms expected by Saturday, with a chance of showers left over by Sunday. Rick, back to you.
All right, thanks.
Sylvia, that's exactly right. We're bracing for a lot of changes, actually, as we move through the next few days. As we take you outside right now to Catalina, you're going to see, well, very nicely lit sky there. You can't really tell, but we are dealing with a little bit of cloud cover. There's more moving in, and of course, you can't feel the temperature outside, but I will tell you, it's cool out there. 50s, 54 degrees, in fact, right here at the Broadcast Center in Studio City. As we get a look at satellite radar, just want to show you what's happening to our north. North of Point Conception over the Bay Area and the Sierra, we're dealing with rain and snow. Not the case for us at home right now, but eventually it will be the case. We're looking at a series of low pressure troughs moving our way, and with that, we're going to continue to see the cloudier conditions and the cooler conditions. We won't exactly see the rain until later in the week. You'll see the cloud cover already starting to move in, starting to affect us. That's going to continue to move into our forecast over, well, the next couple of days. We're calling it mostly cloudy over the next couple of days, and eventually just calling it cloudy, rather, ahead of a chance of rain. So temperatures out there this evening, 40s and 50s, 53 in downtown. As we move over to Laguna Beach, 54, Temecula, 51, and Riverside, 55 degrees this evening. So again, as we mentioned earlier, low pressure troughs starting to dip into our forecast, several of them prompting us to see, well, rain to our north and then cooler and cloudier conditions right here in Southern California. As we move toward the end of the week into your weekend, we are expecting a much stronger, colder system to move into the forecast, and with that, we're expecting rain right here in the Southland and snow as well. So we're going to have more on that, of course, coming up in just a little bit. Lena and Sylvia, back to you.
All right. I can hear Evelyn.
Yeah, it looks to be pretty significant once we hit the weekend. Until then, just eyeing rain to our north, and as a result, we're dealing with cooler and cloudier conditions over the next couple of days. Getting a look from Mount Wilson tonight, you're going to see a mix of cloud cover and a mix of clear night sky there as well. But as we head through the next few days, the cloud cover really starting to increase. So let's get a look at our forecast. Your weather headlines showing you several low pressure troughs coming our way. So with that, we're looking at rain to our north, cooler and cloudier conditions here at home, And there it is, a bigger, stronger, colder storm coming our way as we approach the weekend. Until then, temperatures in the 60s, at least for now. 63 was the high earlier today in downtown. Average is 70. Record temperatures 89. So didn't get close to record temperatures, didn't get close to average temperatures, and certainly not doing that as we head into the next 24 hours. 50s, and then getting up into the 60s by the afternoon. 65 under mostly cloudy skies with maybe a bit of sunshine in there as well. Santa Monica 62, Palmdale tomorrow getting up to 68, and Woodland Hills you're getting up to 69 degrees by tomorrow afternoon. So take a look at this. You're going to see that counterclockwise rotation sitting to our north, and well, that is that low pressure system that's eventually going to drop south into our forecast by the time we hit the weekend. And with that, we're going to see very cool and cloudy conditions. Several troughs heading our way until then, but again, we are expecting this main storm system to bring, well, there it is, cold, wet, and well, very windy. On top of that, maybe even snowy conditions by the time we hit the weekend. For the basin in Orange County, mostly cloudy all week long, and there it is by Friday into Saturday, Saturday into Sunday. Expecting rain, thunderstorms, and by Sunday, showers in the forecast. Lena and Sylvia, back to you.
All right, Ev.
And a big storm headed our way. We'll tell you when and where coming up in just a little bit.
They are probably really happy that they haven't had a lot of rain up in that area. So they can figure things out and get the ground stabilized, but that is all changing.
Exactly. There's upsides and downsides, of course, to the rain, but right now it's a really big upside because we really haven't had a big storm like this. And we're saying a storm like this because we're about to tell you we are bracing for a pretty big winter storm, bigger than anything we've seen so far this year, possibly. And again, it's all a possibility at this point, but at this point, though, it does look like we're going to see that rain by the weekend. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay, good. So yes, we're bracing for a big storm headed our way this weekend. Until then, several smaller storms headed our way, not quite making their way to Southern California, just sitting north of Point Conception. In fact, we're looking at rain to our north and snow to our north in the Sierra, but at this time, dry in Southern California, just cool and cloudier. So let's get a look at radar right now, and as we do, well, you're going to see quite a bit of rain sitting north of Point Conception over the Bay Area, over the Sierra. This won't make its way into Southern California at this point, but what will? The clouds and the cooler temperatures. Already looking at cloud cover heading our way. You'll see that on radar right here, starting to inch closer to our forecast there. And we're waking up to pretty cloudy conditions at this point. Later in the day, though, we're going to see mostly cloudy conditions with maybe a few rays of sunshine. So we're not ruling out sunshine out of the equation tomorrow. Eventually, we might, though. Temperatures out there this evening into the 40s, into the 50s, 51 in San Dimas, 53 right here at the Broadcast Center in Studio City. And as we mentioned, several low pressure troughs making their way into Southern California. With that, seeing rain to our north, cooler and cloudier conditions again. And as we to the weekend, expecting a much stronger, much colder storm system to enter the picture. And once it does, well, we're expecting rain, mountain snow, potentially snow levels dropping down to 2,000 feet, and potentially looking at thunderstorms by the weekend as well. Heavier rain expected late Friday into Saturday and into Sunday as well. Expecting showery conditions by Sunday, which is good news for the LA Marathon. So it doesn't look to be like a complete rain out, but certainly could see slick conditions on Sunday for your St. Patrick's Day. Of course, looking at heavy rain at this point. We're going to show you what it looks like in the valleys and, of course, in the basin. That's all coming up in the 10 o'clock hour. Lena and Sylvia, back to you.
All right.
And expecting a big storm to head our way. We'll tell you when and where, all coming up in just a little bit.